Tropical storm Bolivar has been named in the Western Pacific in these last few days and is expected to become extremely powerful, but currently it is heading towards Guam, where it could make landfall as a Category 1 or 2 in a few days. Bolivar currently has winds of 70 miles per hour and a pressure of 988 millibars, almost Category 1, and it is currently moving west-northwest at 12 miles per hour. Here's Bolivar's current position at 11.1 degrees north, 149.2 degrees east, about 100 miles southeast of Guam there. It's that little island you see to the west, where it could make landfall in a few days. Here's Bolivar's forecast. In 12 hours, we have it getting closer to Guam as a Category 1, then passing by Guam tomorrow as a Category 2. And then it just ramps up the intensification and goes all the way up to Category 5 out to sea before it starts rapidly weakening again, and then it heads off to the northeast where it eventually does dissipate. Here's Bolivar's current wind field. It is a tiny storm right now. Currently with hurricane warnings in effect for Guam and hurricane watches in effect for the Mariana Islands. As I've said a couple times already, this could make landfall near Guam or pass very close to Guam in a few days. Also, it's not 100 miles southeast. It's about 250, 300 miles southeast. Here are the anomalies. GFS is the only one going with 65 miles per hour. Everyone else is going with 70 miles per hour. We do agree with that estimate. If you look at that last frame up there on the top left corner of the screen, it really blows up the convection there when it does get stronger. At the beginning of that frame, it's about 45 miles an hour because that was about 12 to 24 hours ago. It was about 45 miles an hour. Then just boop, it's all the way up now. Anyway, let's move on to the GFS. All right, so here we are on the GFS. You can see Bolivar there and what's left of Koinu, just off the coast of China there, right there. Anyway, this is Bolivar. This is what we're concerned with right now, probably because it's the stronger of the two now. And as you can see just how rapidly it intensifies, all the way up to a 923 millibar peak right there. And then it heads off to the west. And by the time it's on board with Japan, that's still a Category 4. Then it turns extratropical as a Cat 2 or 3. My computer becomes deep fried. Yeah, nothing's going to come up, so let's just move on to the satellite now. Yeah, very active tropics right now. We got 4 tropical storms. Anyway, we're just gonna wait for this to load. I'm gonna cut all this out. I'll just come back when this decides to work. All right, so here we are. Bolivar 24 hours ago, you can see, did not look very good. And there's that massive convective burst I was talking about earlier. There's that massive area of pink that just blows up right there. That's very high cloud tops right there. That looks like about minus 100 degree cloud tops. But currently, lowest cloud tops seem to be about minus 90, which are still very, very high cloud tops. This is a very, very powerful typhoon. Well, not typhoon. It's not that powerful either. It's just a tropical storm right now. But yeah, so there it is. I know we haven't been posting as much. School and tropical activity just has been a little bit down recently. Yeah, no, our last update was how long ago was it? All right, so our last video was Tropical Weather Bulletin on July 26th, almost 3 months ago. Our last weather, storm update was Adrian. On when did Adrian form? I do not remember, but it was over 3 months ago. Adrian formed sometime in June. But yeah, I know it's been very long since we've uploaded. We're gonna try and get a little bit more consistent. We've missed a lot of storms. We've missed Lee, we've missed Franklin, we've missed Hova, Adalia, Koinu, we missed Koinu. Koinu hit Taiwan pretty hard. Anyway, we're also going to resume with the satellite imagery stuff. I'll probably release one of those later today, too. Yeah. But around, I really keep up with the southern hemisphere too much. So yeah, there's not really going to be a ton of like video posting around like between like November and May. I mean, maybe there'll be a little bit in May because Western Pacific runs all year round. So yeah, but yeah. So back to Bolivian. Francis Bolivian massive convective burst. Uh, yeah, I don't really think I need to say much. It's looking pretty good. It's had a very good start. Um, and as you saw by that forecast, we are looking at a very, very powerful typhoon, possibly a super typhoon. Um, I don't really think it's going to be a debate. This is going to end up being at least a category 3, probably category 4, and Cat 5 cannot be ruled out. Current JTWC forecast cone has it peaking at 150 miles an hour, which is a super typhoon. It's a high end Cat 4. That will probably change in a few days, depending on if we see a rapid intensification phase. If Bolivian jumps 35, 40 miles an hour in like 12, 18 hours, the JTWC will probably up their forecast to at least 160, I think. And it does look like there probably will be a rapid intensification phase over the next 24 hours because it's at 70. And in 24 hours, we're expecting about 120, which is a Cat 3. So, I mean, I'm not going to be surprised if I wake up tomorrow morning because it's 9 a.m. right now. If I wake up in 24 hours and this is a Cat 2 or a Cat 3, I'm not going to be surprised. But, yeah. So that's it for this update. Yeah. All right. Like, subscribe. Goodbye.